Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot. It's your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today we are going to do messages from your higher self for what's going on right now. I do want to say first and foremost, so thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I am truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and this is a safe space for you to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it'd help out the channel, and it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you can always check out the description box where you will find the links necessary to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. With that being said, we're going to hop to it and get to your prayer. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I heard someone say bless you before it came out, so thank you. Always love when people do that, and I hear it so clearly, so thank you. All right, let's see. That's life, right? Being human, that's life. All right, my beloved sources, prayers for any and all who come onto this channel, onto this reading. I ask that you help us connect directly with their higher selves today so that they can get the message that they need about whatever it is that they're going through in this moment. There's a lot of difficulties that have been flying around in the collective energy, and a lot of hardships that have been weighing on our hearts and on our shoulders and feeling like we're carrying the world right now. And so today's message, I ask that you help connect us with each higher self and help us to unravel those burdens and to set it down, to leave it to you to decide what to do with next, that it's no longer ours to carry, and to help us reconnect with our soul and our purpose and our path in a way that we are clear-minded, that we feel supported from within ourselves, and that we feel held within ourselves, and knowing that our higher self is always leading us to the path of least resistance, and that sometimes our emotional ego does get in the way of that journey. And so today I ask that you give us all the strength to lie that emotional ego and those pattern responses and those habitual thoughts down at your feet. Relieve us of these burdens and allow us to come back into our highest vibrational and expression of self. As these words are spoken onto this reading and among this tribe, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. All right, let's get that set up over there. Okay, so today we are, and I think this is actually the first time I'm bringing these out. I have the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit cards from Kim Kranz. I have all of her decks, actually. I am in love with her decks. I just think they are so powerful, so I highly recommend getting any one of her decks. Kim Kranz. Kim Kranz. And so we're going to go ahead and be choosing from these. I already pre-shuffled, and we'll go ahead and get this underway. So source, what is the animal spirit oracle card that will help us better connect with and understand the message from pile number one's higher self? Okay, too many. I'm sorry, I'm putting those back. I just want one card today. What is the oracle card that will help us? Okay, thank you. All right, for pile number 2, Source, what animal, spirit, oracle card will help us better connect with and understand pile number 2's higher self message for right now, a situation going on right now? Okay, thank you. And for pile number 3, Source, what animal, oracle card will help us better connect with and understand pile number 3's higher self message for what's going on right now? For pile number 3, Source, one card. All right, on the bottom, I can't. Okay, so we have elk, and this actually came out in a daily dice not too long ago. I actually have not named it yet, but I was recording yesterday the daily dice, and an elk message came out, and I feel like this is a confirmation for some of you that found and watched that daily dice. Sometimes the daily dice will correspond with the pick of cards, which is incredible to me, but we do have the elk, and this is a symbol of strength. And this is also like feeling to me right now like a guide of someone. This matters to someone highly. This is a guide for someone along their journey, a spirit animal that has helped you along the way, or it is something that continues to show up in your life. The other name for an elk is Wapiti, I think is how you say it. And that's the Native American name for an elk. So that may mean something highly, highly, highly precious to someone today. All right, so let me get these set. And I know that you helped me out with the names of these rocks, and I apologize, but I forgot. It was a long time ago, and I did not write it down, so bear with me. If you know which one is which, put the pile number and the name of the stone down below, because I can't remember if you said the green one was fluorite or the purple one. I think it was the purple one, but I'm not sure. So for pile number 1, we do have this beautiful green raw gemstone to choose from. Let me turn on my light, see if that helps. Okay. And for pile number 2, we have this beautiful oyster shell that I did find on the beach. It's so light. Feels so fragile. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful purple raw gemstone for you to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And whichever one you're drawn to, that should be the pile for you today. With that being said, I will see you over on your chosen pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful raw gemstone, and again, if you know what this is, put the pile number down below and say what this is. I'm not 100% sure. I know you guys have helped me out before, but that was a while ago and I forgot to write them down. So there's this one. Or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading, message from your higher self about something that's going on right now in your life. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to support this channel. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And if you're new here, welcome. This is that reminder we're here sharing this human experience together. And this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below, knowing that that is a great way to support the channel, and it really does help out as well with the algorithm. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what is the message from pile number 1's higher self on a situation right now, Source. What is pile number 1's message from their higher self in regards to a situation right now? What is pile number 1's message from their higher self in regards to a situation right now? Okay, so we've got the 9th house, we have Aquarius energy, and we have Uranus. Okay, there's been a lot of time studying, a lot of time practicing, a lot of time prepping. Feels like you've just spent a lot of time trying to network and connect with the right people and to really be in this space of getting as much information as you could. We have some ash on the block. That's wonderful. And it feels like it's like that. Isn't that interesting? The ash that was on the block, they just told me it was like you're wiping the slate clean. That's what your higher self wants you to know about the situation that's going on right now. It's like you're wiping the slate clean and you are finding balance in a situation that was otherwise very unbalanced. There was a lot of turbulence in regards to it. And it has to do with either your spirituality. Maybe you do some sort of divination. We also have legal, philosophy, schooling, higher learning, anything along those lines, or just even self-taught, like you're learning something self-taught, and it just feels like you've had to go through a lot to get to where you are. There's been a lot of hours that have been put in. There's been a lot of energy that was put towards this. There was just a lot of effort and wondering if the effort was worth it. Like, I want to be rewarded for what I've put out, right? And your higher self is saying that things are about to change. You are bringing a side of yourself to this situation that is unique, and you are the only person that sees this the way that you do. No one else sees it the way you do. No one else can even understand the way that you do because it's your perspective, right? And that's actually a very powerful thing to embrace. And sometimes we ostracize ourselves for that. And pile number 1, your higher self is saying not to do that. There's something about embracing your unique self when it comes to whatever it is that you're putting out there. Okay, you could absolutely have a business online. You could be doing some sort of influencing or have a channel of some sorts. I just randomly saw a DIY channel that just came in flying out of nowhere. And they're saying to keep working at what you're doing because you're going to be seen. It's nice when Uranus shows up because we do see some form of wishes and desires coming true, also being recognized by other people. We should never do anything for the recognition of others. We should only ever do it because it makes ourselves feel grounded and centered and happy and purposeful. But they are coming through. Your higher self is saying that you will be recognized for the work that you're putting in. Okay, we're going to get some tarot on this and see if we can kind of dig in a little bit deeper what it is that's coming through here. But right now with the dice, they really want you to embody and embrace your unique self. Like, there's something very valuable about when you stop and you take a second and you say, you know what? I am different, and I'm glad I'm different, because me being different means that no one else is going to be able to be in competition with me, or no one else is going to be able to produce the same thing that I do. And there's a quality about that, right? And so there's a want for you to celebrate yourself. And you do feel like sometimes you fight with self-doubt. And your higher self understands that. Your higher self has been with you since the time you took your first breath, since you've been born. All that great stuff has been following you since, even conception. But we have this energy that's coming through, and it's like, I understand your doubts. But also, when we look at them and understand that they're not true, right? It's a lot of societal constructs that have been forced upon us so that we don't believe in ourselves. And your higher self really wants you to believe in yourself because you're doing something that so few people actually do. So what else would you like to say in regards to this message? Yeah. We have the Empress in the reverse, and we have, I'm going to put your, yeah, there we go. That's better. And we have Judgment in reverse, family. This could have been a mother who was just really not nurturing at all. A mother that really couldn't see the value you brought to the table. Okay, on the bottom, yeah, we have the King of Swords. It was a little bit brutal towards you, okay? And it doesn't have to be a mother. It could be a Taurus, a Scorpio, a Gemini. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, Libra. This could have been parents with the King and Queen of Swords coming out together here. This could have been parents who just didn't value your gifts and didn't value your talents and didn't value your intelligence. It's like when you're out in the world, it's like people are like, wow, you're so gifted, you're so talented. And it's like, even though there's other people outside saying that to you, your higher self is mentioning that what is most vulnerable for you and at the heart of what it is that you're doing is nothing more inside of you than, I want the acknowledgement of the people who were my caretakers and who were my caregivers. And this is actually something that is holding you back from celebrating yourself, because nothing you do, pile one, and I wish there was something else that I could say to make this not so, but they're showing me is that there's nothing that you will ever do that will impress people who are in energy like this. And especially with the Empress in the reverse, they're just in this place of not being able to see your value because they don't value anything in the world. And there's only one thing that they may value, and that may be the one thing that, like, even if let's just say it's money. Okay, let's just say it's money. It could be status. It could be repertoire. It could be having a good reputation with people, playing the hero complex, whatever it is. But let's just, for ease of explaining this, say it's money. These people only value money. And they don't have a lot of themselves, right? Like, they don't make a lot themselves, and that's all they worry about is money. And all they think about is, like, if we were just rich and famous, we wouldn't have these problems that we have. And your higher self is saying, like, even if tomorrow you became a quadrillionaire, okay? Like, we're talking, you could become the richest person in the world. They still would not value you, and they still would not say, I'm proud of you. And pile one, I am proud of you. I am proud of you. And I know that that might not be a lot coming from me, but I feel like you just need to hear it from someone, because you are doing a great job at this. And we see with this spread that you've been through a lot of harsh realities and harsh situations and very disconcerting situations with people, and especially people who should have cared for you, but were so worried about their own image that they couldn't even be there for you. And isn't it interesting, because we have the King and the Queen looking at each other here, right? And it's like both of them are concerned about the same thing. And they're angry about moving into the future because they don't have whatever it is that they're concerned about. It's like this is like a match made in the 3D realm of HE double hockey sticks, okay? Because it's this energy of, it's like we get each other on this very surface level, and we'll always get each other on this very surface level. And it doesn't have to be a mom and a dad. This could be, you know, a mom and a mom, a dad and a dad. This could be a dad and a brother, a dad and a sister. This could be a grandma and grandpa, an auntie and uncle, cousins and a grandparent. However it is, it's like these were just people who you looked up to in your life, because you didn't know any better. Because, you know, when you're dependent on someone, it's hard not to look up to them. Yeah. With the 3 of Cups here, they're making it very clear here. Your higher self is saying this was childhood neglect. Okay? but we're trying to help you complete this situation. We're trying to help you to walk away from this and to recognize your worth. But to recognize your worth, you have to have the courage to step outside of this situation or this belief that one day they're going to see you. Nothing you do will ever be good enough for them because they're not good enough for themselves. And that is so difficult. That is, like, it breaks my heart, pile one. It breaks my heart that this is what you're going through, but they have no love to give you. It's like you could even buy them a mansion. Again, going back to that idea of money, it's like you could even buy them a mansion. You could give them everything that they've ever wanted materialistically. You could pay all of their bills. You could do everything for them so that they didn't even have to lift a finger. And there would still be this energy coming from them towards you. Because then it turns into being sour at the people you love the most because they're doing better than you. Or it turns into jealousy because they have more than what you have. And so it's like no matter what, because they blame themselves for giving so little and having so little to give, they project that blame because they don't know any better, right? And we could ask them to be accountable for themselves, but with this, the Queen of Swords, this is someone who's cold. And look, if you see here, the Queen of Swords, she looks like she's protecting a baby, right? Like she's pregnant. And the Empress is pregnant, okay? She is pregnant. And it's like, so ever since you were a child, this is how they've acted. And they may have put a lot of stress on you. And this is coming out really, really strong in this reading. It's baffling that it's talking about the past, but we're talking about a situation right now. And I feel like this is what's holding you back, because this is almost a behavior that you're addicted to going back to, and simply because it's all you knew. It's not because it's what you want. It's not because it's what you like. It's not because of anything. It's just like, it's all you knew. And so you've healed so much, but now it's like coming down to the wire here, and coming down to this last situation to let go of. When we see your higher self is saying, like, don't rely on these people to see you. Okay, mentally, they're not seeing you clearly. They're seeing you with goggles that are fogged up. Okay, and through anger and hurt and pain, and it doesn't matter how good you do, because they're the ones who want whatever it is that you have, but they're not going to work to get it. And that is so frustrating, especially if these are parents, people who were meant to take care of you so that one day you could potentially become better than them. That's what it means to be a parent. You want your child to do better than you, but not all parents come from that energy. Okay, and that's something that's coming out so strong here. Let's see if we can get some angel tarot on top of it to kind of clarify this a little bit. Higher self of pile number 1. What else would you like to say here for them? How can we clarify this message? Yeah, we have the 5 of Michael. The situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. And the 5 of Swords in the Tarot Marseille talks about removing yourself from the negativity, right? Like overcoming the negative situation, allowing yourself to move on from something that's just not helping. Like we even got the 5 of Wands out, a challenge you can resolve, withdraw from the drama of others, have patience with yourself and those around you. And I feel like this is just saying, like, right now, it's really important for you to regain balance and clarity and understanding of what it is that you want from your life. And look, she's building this puzzle, and that's a really challenging puzzle, right? Like that's really challenged because there's no image, it's just colors. And so to me, it's showing, it's like you're trying to put together the pieces of your emotions and understand them on a deeper level. And it's like the inner child within you wants this acknowledgement and wants this love from those that were taking care of you, and yet it's something that's really difficult for you to let go of. But with the 5 of Wands from the Tarot Marseille, we do see that you are going to regain balance after a period of being knocked down and coming back and asking for that, or coming back and showing them that you're doing well, and they still just brush you off like you're nobody or like you're some stranger. It's like that hurts every time that happens. And so at one point you have to ask yourself, pile one, is it worth me going back when I know every time, no matter how good I'm doing, they still brush me off, and that hurts, that breaks your heart. And of course, you're human. Of course that would break your heart. I'm sure somebody that they wanted to acknowledge them did that same thing to them, then that would hurt their hearts. And the likelihood that that is the reason why they show up the way that they do is really high. It's a really high percentage that they also went through those same things where they wanted to impress someone, and they wanted that acknowledgement, and they wanted that support in their own journey and their own dreams, and they didn't receive it. And that is why they're living out a self-fulfilling prophecy and not recognizing who they're hurting in the process. Okay, and you might, and I feel like there's someone sour here who's like, no, they know they're hurting me. They're doing it on purpose. Most of the time when people act from this subconscious state, it's like they do see it and they continue to feel guilty about it after the actions happen. But because they're on such autopilot, they cannot bring themselves to forgive or to ask for forgiveness. And thus, because of that guilt weighing so heavy, every time something happens, they continue to keep acting the same way. And that's what it means when we act from our subconscious level. It doesn't mean that they're not aware of hurting you, even though in a lot of times that is the case. It just means that they're not brave enough and they don't have enough courage to choose to do something different than what they've done their entire lives. And that is, it's a relief and it's frustrating at the same time, because it's a relief saying like, wow, okay, like I understand this person's just incapable of giving me what I need and what I'm requesting. But it's frustrating at the same time because it's like this person was put in a position to be that for me and they weren't. And so your higher self is absolutely acknowledging that here for you. We have Epiphany with the Hermit energy and Archangel Raziel. We have joy through spiritual growth. Be a light unto others, and answers that come through meditation. Like, now is the time for you to shift your focus on the people who are supporting you. And we see with Aquarius and Uranus here that you do have people who are incredibly happy and blessed to have you in their life. And that's where, when you shift your focus onto them, it helps bring that stability back into your life, and it helps take you outside of the drama of wanting to be recognized by whomever these individuals are. On the bottom, we have the Lovers, Archangel Raphael. We have make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, and the power of love. And I love that this came out for you here on the bottom, because we show here when you make a choice from your heart and you recognize the people who are supporting you, even though they're not the ones that you feel like would heal the inner child, you can be that healing for your inner child. And your higher self is trying to help you move away from people who don't see the real you. Behind that, we have 16, which is the devil in regular tarot, or in the Tarot Marseille. But we have change your life with Archangel Chamuel. It says a sudden revelation that offers, 16 is the House of God. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that bring change. Okay, seeing things from a higher perspective here. You get to choose. You get to choose. We have 6 and then 7 in numerology. So you get to choose to make progress for yourself, even though it's difficult, because there's always going to be a part of you that wants that support, and it's just not going to come. Like, they're just not capable of giving it to you, and that's so unfortunate. And I wish I could say otherwise here, but the cards are clear. The energy that's coming through is very clear here. Okay, yeah, we have Capricorn, and it does have to do with what you're working on. We have ambition, realism, and methodical steps. So there's something here that you're really working hard on and really making progress on. And it's been something that you've put a lot of energy and effort into, which we've gotten from the card, or from the dice. And they're showing here, it's like, keep working towards what you want, because this is what your heart desires. And you don't need the okay from anyone else. Yeah, we have Scorpio energy here. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. And I feel like the more you succeed, the more you expose the truth behind their intentions. And I feel like you're also exposing family hardships here, and you're healing those generational curses because it's stopping with you. And under that, we have square with a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. This is something that affects your 8th house. If you have 8th house in Leo, or if you have the 8th house in Sagittarius, or if you have the 8th house in Aquarius, this is an especially strong message for you. What we see here, it's just something that it's just a challenge. It's just something that has been challenging. It's always going to be a challenge, but you have a choice to say, I'm not going to show up in the same way that I used to, right? You get to choose that. So let's see if we can get some more information out here. Okay, you've got 2 of those. On the bottom of the archetype deck, we have, look, child magical. You see the potential for sacred beauty in all things and the belief that everything is possible, and healing the shadow attribute of pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, and believing that energy and action are not required for growth. This is the family generational curse that you've been healing. You came in this light attribute, and you've been dampened by this pessimism and depression in your family and by the people around you. And now you're having to come back out of that and reshine your light again. And you're doing a good job. Okay. Like, the message here is that you're doing an amazing job at that, even though it's very challenging. All right. What else would you like to say? We have the rainbow dragon flying out. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at this. So beautiful. We have rainbow dragon brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. So miracles are about to come into your life. Okay? Miracles are about to come through, and they want you to, your higher self is asking you to believe in the possibility. Not to worry about the past, but to believe in the possibility of all good things. And you're getting a key here to open up your heart to unlock the love that you deserve. Helps you tune into the secrets of nature. We have receive answers or guidance from nature and align with your divine essence. Coming back home to yourself and realizing your worth. And that's what we said in the beginning, was that your higher self is coming through with the message that you deserve to be celebrated and seen exactly as you are, right? You don't need to change anything. You don't have to become someone else just because these individuals can't see you. You're perfect exactly as you are. Okay, on the bottom we have Lady Rowena and Spencer. The quality of divine mercy will expand your maturing consciousness. Sympathy will be transformed and mercy will be awakened. And I love this because this feels like the shadow aspect of your heart chakra with the pink here, and also the shadow aspect that might be connected to the star chakra. It's a star crown chakra, I believe is what it's called. But we see the healing here. It's like understanding that you're not separate from that shadow part of yourself, that it is a part of you and it deserves love too. And a part of the shadow is coming through here saying, I have to have that support. I have to have that recognition from these people. That is a part of the shadow. Right? Because your shadow self is like, if I don't get that, then there's something wrong with me. Then obviously I'm not doing a good job. And when you bring the light in on that, you begin to recognize that, okay, I understand you need that love, but let me be the one that gives it to you instead. Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We have to become the parents that we need in our journey. So let's see. Let's get a couple of these. These are some new cards that I have. They are... Oh my gosh, I can't see the name of them. It's just a new deck I got. They don't have an author or anything, but they're pretty good. I've used them a couple times on the daily dice. So let's get one more. One more here. Okay, you're going to get 2 more. On the bottom we have sleep or stumble. Without sufficient rest, you might falter at the next crucial juncture. Choose sleep and sidestep regret. And I feel like this is a thing. Honestly, the feeling I'm getting from this is choose to dream and sidestep regret that you're not getting what it is that you need from the people who are in your life. You deserve to be seen as you are now. Look, I can't make this up. We have the Father coming out. Talent for creating and supporting life. Positive guiding light within a tribal unit. And the shadow is dictatorial control and abuse of authority. So we could have a father, and I felt that at the beginning. There was a father energy that came through. And then we have thief. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And this is what your higher self wants you to come into. We have the shadow attributes: stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. I feel like this is the shadow attribute that you're healing within the family lineage. Okay, and that's not easy. It's not easy, especially that one, stealing affection. You might have seen these individuals give affection and kindness to people who are strangers. And it's like, what the heck? I'm your blood. Like, I'm your child, or I'm your family. Like, why are you doing this? When we have Ormakai and Dub, we have the time has now come for the divine insight. Accept the darkness within you along with the light and follow the path towards wholeness. I cannot make this stuff up. I can't. That's incredible. That's exactly, I didn't even know what that was. And that was the exact message I got with this card. And look at how similar these dragons look. This one has green eyes. This one has yellow eyes. They look very similar, though. These dragons look very similar. Accepting the darkness within. Okay, so we have digital escape. Dive into digital worlds where reality rules bend and refresh your mind. Switch on and zone out. So maybe that's something that will help you. You know, it's not something that I usually recommend, is going and finding an escape from things. But when you find yourself aching to get this acknowledgement, give yourself something else to pour into, okay? Serpent's whisper. Beware the silver-tongued serpents. From their sweetest words may carry venom. Listen, but trust cautiously. And if they ever do come and they say, oh my gosh, you're doing such a good job, this is just that message. Don't trust them. It's just like a thief in the night. They're going to come when you least expect it. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is what I've waited for my whole life. But they're only doing it because they have an ulterior motive in mind. And then we have power play, covertly manipulating the situation behind the scenes, guiding the course of events, stay calm. Yeah, so these are manipulators, okay? They're very much manipulators. And I feel like digital escape is also pointing out that you might actually use this already to get away. And it's like, why can't I have the movie like families and stuff like that? And they're saying, just focus on what it is that you can tune into that will help you walk away from trying to get this individual or these people's approval, because you don't need it. You're already whole and complete and amazing just as you are. So let's take a look at your card. Yes, we've got the owl. Okay, so let me find owl in here. Eagle, hawk, peacock, owl. All right, here we go. It says abundant, clairvoyant, and treasures. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in the folklore from the east to the west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. It says, when in balance, it's generous, trusting, and secure, and out of balance, it's money, quarrels, and scarcity. To bring into balance, give an offering. And isn't it weird? I didn't know what this was, but at the beginning I was talking about money as the triggering issue with these individuals, the King and Queen of Swords. Like, that's what it felt like from the get-go. And so we have that confirmation coming out here. But you're meant to be abundant. Like, you're meant to have abundance in your life. You don't need to have the approval of these individuals who don't see your value already. When you see your value, you're going to be drawing that to you even faster. And that's what your higher self has been trying to get to you. You might have seen owls quite a bit recently. You might have seen like the color black being brought up quite a bit in your life. And this is just saying to own this part of your shadow side and know that it's not separate from you, but it's a part of you that deserves to be loved equally. Okay. So this is what I see for you here, Pile 1. If you felt like this was your message, leave the owl emoji down below and say, I embrace my shadow side, knowing that it is a part of me and I am already whole, complete, and valuable as I am in this moment. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, but first I do want to say thank you to your higher self, to your guides, to your spirit messengers, to your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming through to give us this message. I'm giving you such a big energetic hug, Pile number 1. You're so special. Remember that, okay? And with that being said, until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful oyster shell, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading, a message from your higher self for something going on right now. I do want to say thank you so much to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. For those of you new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it means so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It truly does help support the channel and helps out with the algorithm. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what is your higher self's message. Pile number 2 for what's going on right now. Pile number 2, what is your higher self's message for what's going on right now? Something that's happening right now. Pile number 2's higher self. What is the message you would like to come through? Okay, so we've got Sagittarius, the 6th house, and Uranus energy. Okay. Some sort of routine is changing here. Maybe you are going to be traveling more often. That's a very specific message that's coming out, but it does feel like you're going to have like a regular routine of travel coming up. There's a lot of shifts coming in regards to your life, and it's one of those things where it's like you're going to notice feeling better about life. It's interesting. There's a lot of different messages coming in. I don't usually get this hung up on the dice, but there's a big change. Uranus is radically changing, and it feels like, honestly, this feels like a lifestyle change. So, I mean, travel could be one thing here, especially with Sagittarius energy coming in, but this could be any kind of habits or daily routines that you have in your life. Like you're letting go of something. You're choosing to change it. And choosing to change this actually brings back to you a lot of freedom, a lot of feeling like I can do this again, feeling like you're no longer tied down to something that it feels like you're very driven to go towards and passionate about. And you're going to be noticed by people in your life. Like they're going to be like, what changed, Pile 2? And you're just kind of like, well, nothing really. Like, but it's actually this change that you're making. It's something that you're choosing to look at differently, something that you are choosing to approach differently. It's like, it could be fitness, it could be hygiene. I just felt service to others. You're going to be giving differently to people around you, but also in giving differently to yourself, this is going to start to project outwardly and giving differently to others, right? And that's what this really, really feels like here. And with Sagittarius energy, you know, you do have that expansion of self. You have this truth that's coming through, that's being revealed. It's like plugging into your own Akashic records, into your own higher self, into your intuition. You're going to be open-minded about this. It's going to be something that really lets you shine your intelligence and your wisdom out in the world. And in turn, it's going to be getting a lot of recognition. And you're going to suddenly progress. It's like openness is the thing here. Like, that's something that's really showing up here, is like openness to the journey, or openness to your health. Or it's like they keep showing me health, but it could be anything, you know, like your work routine, your habits, animals in your life, your co-workers, service to others. You know, Virgo energy is all about being of service to others. But whatever it is, they keep showing me health. It's like your health is suddenly something that you're going to look at and be like, oh my gosh, like, I've been fighting myself on this one thing that's going to make me healthy, and I'm just going to let it go. Right? And that's the example that they're giving me, because it's easy to grasp onto. So whatever your situation is, that's the same mentality that you're showing up with it. And your higher self is really proud of that. Like, it's like a bolt of lightning that's coming in, a bolt of recognition that's coming through. It's like, oh, wow, I made this far more challenging than it ever was. And that's nothing to beat yourself up over, right? That's totally human of all of us to do, where we love to overcomplicate situations because we're complicated individuals. And let's see what else comes out. Yeah, there's like a huge transformation here. Right? We've got the Nameless card and the 10 of Coins coming out, all both in the upright. It's like something that is going to increase your material wealth, something that is going to increase something here in the physical realm. You know, anytime we're dealing with coins, it's physical. It could be money, it could be your life, it could be your health, it could be your material values, like the things that you have in your life, your car, your home, even your job. So there's something here that's transforming. There's something here that you're allowing an opportunity to change. And it's been hard. And then what was peeking out? Yeah, we have the Judgment card that was peeking out in the upright here. It's like finally healing from past wounds or past beliefs. But let's get some more on it here. What else would you like to say? Pile number 2's higher self. What other messages would you like to come through? What else would you like to say here? Okay, thank you. What else would you like to come through? It's something you've been working on. Yeah, and it's like if you've been trying to be like a health guru, right? And I know I keep using health, but it's just an easy example that they keep showing me that's coming through. It's like if you've been trying to become a health guru, it's like you've had to learn a lot in regards to that, to be trusted by others, right? So even if it's not being a health guru, it's just anything of being service to others. Like this could be a healing. Since health keeps coming in, it's making me feel like it's some sort of healing ability that you have, that is, you've gotten so much wisdom that people come to you and they see that you're a master at what you do, and that's why you progress. Suddenly it's like, people are like, oh my gosh, like I can really trust pile number 2 to handle this with care and with delicacy and with kindness and compassion and with patience above all else, right? And you do. And so there's something here that's just changing. Let's see if we can get deeper into the situation though and find out what it is. Yeah, we have the 2 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You're on the path to a positive outcome here. Things are working in your favor. After a time of having an opponent in your life, you know, when the 10 of Swords comes out in the upright, it's really about having like your match on the opposite side of the scale. So if you're good, then this is the opposite side of the scale would be if you'd label it bad, right? But what it's talking about is this someone who's equally matched with you, who can argue as much as you can reason, right? And it's exhausting. It's like battling it out with someone who will never ever see the logic behind what you have to say. And this was creating a lot of fear and anxiety to come up and a lot of self-sabotage here. But this could have been anything. This could have been a situation. This could have been a way of acting. This could have been a belief. This could have been, you know, whatever it was. You know, with the swords, we have this energy of something that was weighing so heavily on your mind that now you're just leaving it behind because you recognize I'm outgrown this spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and I'm going. Yeah, so we have the 5 of Wands in the reverse with the World card and the Chariot in the reverse. Yeah, this is something that made you feel spiritually deflated and broken. It's almost like you tied a part of your identity to the outcome of the situation. But we see here with the 5 of Wands that if this was a person, place, or thing, whatever it was, it's destined to not change. Like there's just a refusal to see things as any other way. But ultimately, your higher self is showing here that in having the battle of, I keep hearing the battle of the ages with this situation, it actually helped you to grow in a lot of various different ways. In your patience, in taking action, in grounding yourself, in understanding your emotions. And now with the World here at the middle of the card, we see that you're leaving this behind, right? You're walking away from this. You're not walking towards this Chariot. You're not walking towards the 5 of Wands. Prudence is literally coming through this portal straight up through the camera here. You see that you're leaving the portal. Right? You're not jumping over the boundaries here. You're literally just walking out of the portal. Like, that's just not the timeline that I want to live in, so I'm going to choose a different type of timeline. I'm going to quantum jump here. And that's what it feels like. It's like just vibing onto a different type of line in your life and recognizing that you don't have to entertain this type of energy. And equally so, you don't have to stay in this energy of feeling deflated, defeated, like the world is going against you, right? The 7 of I'm sorry, the Chariot here is a lot of emotional baggage. It's just being really upset. It's tied with Cancer energy, and when Cancers get upset, they're really crabby, right? They can be, when they're in their shadow especially, they can be really controlling and really down and negative, and like the whole world doesn't understand me, and they'll close themselves off and they'll retreat inside their shell, and anybody who tries to knock on their shell, they just go out and they pinch and they're like, leave me alone. I don't want to have anything to do with you because I don't even know how to deal with myself, right? And that's exactly what it feels like with this Chariot energy. It's just like, this is what this situation has created in your life because you see that this is someone stubborn, or this is a stubborn situation. Very, very, very aggravating. And something happens where you're just like, I'm done. I'm cutting the ties with this. I'm checking out. I'm trying to find balance within myself because I want to be clear about who I am and where I'm going. And that's what your higher self has been leading you towards. And so it's like you had to go through this situation, though, to find your own internal balance. Right? That was a part of your spiritual journey. And that's the beautiful thing about the world, is showing that we've learned such a valuable lesson that now we get to go on to the next thing. Whatever the next thing brings. And that's where the value comes from. But now you're bringing the experience of this situation into the next thing. And so whatever this was, you're not going to be dealing with it in the same way that you did before. Well, let's get some clarifiers out here and see what else comes through for you, pile 2. So higher self of pile number 2, what else would you like to say here? Can you clarify this message further? Okay, may I please have one more? Yeah, we've got the 10 of Gabriel, which is the 10 of Wands, clarifying the Chariot in reverse. It says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. And also the 10 of Wands in the Tarot Marseille talks about, when it's in the upright, it talks about having someone that's been there through thick and thin. So this could have been a person or even a job that you've had for years and years and years, right? Like this is something that you have put the time and the energy and the effort into. And it's like loyalty should mean something to them, but it doesn't, right? So whatever that is, that's the message that's coming through with the 10 of Gabriel here. It's loyalty should mean something, and that's how you feel it should turn out, but it doesn't in this specific situation. Like, there's nothing that's gonna balance that out where one day they wake up and they're like, oh my gosh, like pile two's been there for me through thick and thin, and we've gone to hell and back, and I should just be loyal to them and treat them like that. But no, there's already a disconnect, because this is not meant to be on your journey. And sometimes that's really difficult to hear, especially when it's like, but you know, we've got 15 years together. That should mean something, but time does not equal loyalty. And that's what your higher self is trying to show you here. It's like, you could meet someone tomorrow, and by next week, the two of you are thick as thieves, and they've been in your corner more so than that person who you knew for 15 years, right? Because that's somebody who's meant to be on your soul journey. And this person was here to teach lessons, or the situation was here to teach lessons. You could open up a business, and that business gives back to you tenfold whatever you got from the company that you worked for, right? That's what they're trying to show you here. And so your higher self is reminding you that time does not equal loyalty. We have the 8 of Gabriels, a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, and important communication. So this card does mirror the Rider-Waite-Smith when we look at the 8 of Wands from the Tarot Marseille. We're talking about fear and anxiety. It's fear-induced action and anxiety-induced action. Okay, it's either way in the upright or the reverse. That's exactly what it's pointing out. It's just saying that I'm taking action based on a lower vibrational state. And so here we have that great deal of activity coming in, and I feel like that's exactly what it's done to you in the past. But the communication coming from your higher self is saying that it's time for you to make this change in your journey so that you can have the results that you want. Come and save yourself, right? Being honest with yourself. We have the King of Michael with principled, rational, ambitious, and respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important right now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. We have important communication. I feel like this is all about being completely open and honest with yourself about what's going on right now. Are you getting the respect you deserve? Are you being treated fairly in this situation? Are they seeing who you are at your core? Or is this just something that they just feel like, you know, am I being put in a situation where I'm just expected to show up as I've always shown up because that's how I've always done things? And what happens if you don't show up? Do they still treat you the same? You know, like, these are things to be completely honest with yourself about. Like, we have a lot of Wands energy coming in. We have 7 of Gabriel, which is stand up for what you believe in. Have confidence and reclaim your personal power. Like, this is all about fighting that mind chatter that's going on, fighting the belief that you have to listen to the doubts within, and really honoring the fact that you get to take action and persevere and overcome what it is that's been holding you back. Right? And that's being in that, in spite of the odds, like, you're going to make it. We've got wands, right? Like, a lot of wands. And then all this orange is telling me this is something that's hard for you to deal with, because it's hard for you to let yourself feel the way you feel. Like, if you were to journal, pile 2, about this situation, would you be looking over your shoulder if you were trying to tell yourself the truth? That's something that you have to look at. Like, if you feel like I have to look over my shoulder because I'm afraid this person's going to pop up out of nowhere and read what I've written about them, that is a very clear indication that you're not comfortable expressing your feelings even to yourself. And knowing that no one's going to read what you're writing, right? But that's something to look at. And so it feels like here there's definitely a fear of expressing your own emotions, and knowing that it's okay for you to feel exactly how you feel, right? That's okay. No one can take that away from you. The feelings are a very personal thing, but if you can't be honest about your feelings with yourself, how are you ever going to communicate that honesty out to others who need to hear that, or who need to hear those boundaries? We have the 4 of Raphael, which is the 4 of Cups. So seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Wow. I didn't even know that's what it was. And we have that there. That feeling is so strong. The Four of Cups in the Tarot Marseille talks about finding emotional stability. And we have to start within ourselves. We have to seek that emotional stability first within ourselves. It's not going to come from others. Because others are always going to be an outward projection of how we're taking care of ourselves emotionally. And if this is not how you're taking care of yourself emotionally, this could be a clear indication that you're holding on to something just out of habit of holding on to it. And knowing that it's okay to leave things that aren't serving you. You don't have to be cruel or harsh. You just have to find a way that's best for you to set a solid boundary and say, this is where this ends, okay? We have fixed energy on the bottom, stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But again, that loyalty, right? And I love this hand because it's like, it feels like stop, that talk to the hand. And I feel like that's what they're saying here. It's like stability, persistence, and dependability and loyalty are not a product of time. Sometimes you have to stop and reassess what's actually happening in a situation. And that's okay. That doesn't make you a mean person. It doesn't make you a terrible person. That's how we build our discernment. And that is where our personal power begins to grow from. Let's get some archetype cards out. We've got the Mediator flying out right away. We have gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of the argument. This is also feeling like Libra energy. The Shadow is negotiating with an ulterior motive and hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. So I do feel like you're coming into this place where you're someone who is fair. You like to be fair, but you also attract a lot of people who have hidden agendas. So it's something to look at internally, and that comes from, are you being honest with yourself, right? That's why I feel like that journaling, what I was asking about journaling, like that's very valid. Until you can get to a point where you feel like you don't have to look over your shoulder, you're going to have these people who come in who might have a hidden agenda because you feel like you have to hide from yourself. You see how that manifests into the physical realm, and that's what your higher self is trying to tell you. It is safe for you to feel how you feel, right? What's not okay is when we project that out onto others. And I know it's like, well, but I'm not. Other people are projecting it on me. So that's wrong. We cannot control others' actions. We have to look at ourselves, and we can only take care of ourselves. And if we're continuing to get situations like this, then we need to ask ourselves, am I setting clear boundaries? Am I okay with being completely 100% honest with how I feel about the situation? Am I opening up to myself? And when you're able to answer these questions honestly and openly, you're going to start seeing patterns as to why you've invited this shadow side in, okay? Because everything in this outward realm is a mirror of us internally, but it's how we're treating ourselves. And we have to be clear about that, and we have to be serious about setting those solid boundaries with ourselves even, right? We have to say, look, it's important for me to take care of myself and to love myself and to cherish myself and actually take actions that show that to yourself, right? We have Prince energy on the bottom, romantic charm and potential for power, and the Shadow is using powerful self-aggrandizement. Yeah. So there's this energy that's coming out. It's like you do have this huge potential, and you're connecting with a lot of people who are just trying to make you feel small. And it does feel like even the situation is mirroring that deeply. And it's like understanding that you have an opportunity here to really move beyond that. Right? And that's what your higher self is trying to clarify here. It's like, you're not in this for punishment. You're not dealing with this for punishment. You're dealing with this because you have a prime opportunity to heal some sort of disconnect within you. And again, it comes back to that feeling like it's a belief, really, right? Even though we have a lot of wands cards here, it's like feeling like a belief that's coming in that's saying, well, they should be loyal to me because of all the time that we have. But when you connected with this person, you were an unhealed version of yourself, and thus this person still mirrors that unhealed version of yourself, even if you've outgrown that. Okay, and we see here with the Two of Swords that you have outgrown this, but you are on the path to a potentially positive outcome when you take care of yourself. All right. On the bottom, we have Emerald Dragon, brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. This is all about bringing yourself into a higher state of vibrational energy and knowing that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be supported. You deserve to be seen and understood. And if you're not, then how can you put yourself in a situation that brings that? We have Malachi and Chamhadchadlu. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but we're just going to go with it. It says, Melahel has spoken. I am the light in the darkness. I will guide you back to divine love. All lower energies must bow before my power. Isn't that weird? And I was just talking about lower vibrational energy. How can we bring ourselves into a higher state? And that's exactly what they're trying to show you here. And then we have Aurora and Maxialu with your true power is the light of your own magic. Remember that you are a powerful, magical creature. Right? Remembering your own power. And didn't I say that earlier too? It's like reclaiming your power. We got that energy earlier. What's on the bottom here? We have Freya and Elkskaeld with 33. The answer to the question, what is my task, can only be found on the battlefield of life. Only the courageous will discover it. And that's what I was saying. This is not punishment. Okay, what you're going through is not punishment. It's just that we can't find our potential in a situation that doesn't challenge us. Like, it's just not going to happen, right? So we have to challenge ourselves. And I'm going to grab a couple of these new cards that I got. I apologize, I don't remember the name of the deck, and I cannot look at it right now because the box is all the way over there. But, yeah. Let me give them a shuffle. A chufle. And we're shuffling. Fresh meat. Alright, higher self of pile number 2. What else would you like to tell pile number 2? We have heroism flying out. Heroism lies in the willingness to sacrifice for the greater good. Fear nothing and embrace destiny. Right? So this is a part of your destined path. It's all about channeling your fear into something more positive. And we talked about that fear coming out, that fear and anxiety. And now channeling that fear into something that's conducive for the destiny that you have set before you. We have the universe within flying out. And it says, your thoughts influence your reality. Choose hopeful, positive ones. Clarify your core beliefs. So what is your core values? Like that's something coming through too. Like, do you want honesty? Do you want honor? Do you want integrity? Do you want truth? Do you want someone who is playful? Do you want someone who's fun? Like, these are things to look at. What are your core beliefs? Like, how do you choose to follow these core beliefs within yourself, right? Courage, wittiness. Do you want, I have a whole list of them over here. But your core beliefs are what you find, what you have to give to yourself and to others. Is that love, appreciation, understanding, loyalty, your grace, your acceptance, your presence, the benefit of the doubt, your time, your wisdom, your truth, right? Your kindness, your gentleness, a listening ear, your friendship, your authenticity. These can become core beliefs that you live your life by. On the bottom, we have rain begins. Be the master of your destiny, career, and finances. You have the power to dominate. Yeah, they want you to reclaim your higher power. This is your higher self's message is coming in. Reclaim your power. Let's see what else came through here. We have Neptune. Dream and transcend. Move beyond the illusions. Right? Don't let the illusions get you caught up in this false idea that you're not deserving of a better life, a better reality. House 1, individuality, self-image, and your approach to life. This has to come from you. This has to come from you. No one else can do this for you. We have seeker. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. The shadow is the inability to commit to a path once found. So you're seeking this deeper truth within yourself. Okay? I feel like you're dealing with people who aren't willing to commit to their path. And it's important for you to not get caught up on what other people are doing with their paths, but rather what it is that you're doing within your own path and how that affects the people that you're manifesting in your own reality. We have Earth Dragon, clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing and you can move forward in life. So your higher self is bringing you into this place of clearing this out, right? Being ready to serve. I feel like serving others is something that's really going to help take you away from this situation. It's going to make you feel really good about yourself. We have core grasp, right? Your core values, but we have amidst a flood of information, learn to filter and grasp essential truths without being swayed by external noise. Filter noise. Yeah, don't worry about these other people. Like, that is the message here. Don't worry about what it is that they're doing, what they're saying, how they treat you. Rather, look at the situation as a whole from outside of the box. Don't be emotionally charged by it. It's okay to feel how you feel, but sometimes we have to disassociate ourselves so that we can make choices based on our discernment. Because if we're charged by our emotions or fear or anxiety, we might not make the choice that's for our highest benefit. So it feels like stepping outside of the box here and making a choice based on what you're seeing with your eyes and based on what you know is your truth. Okay, so let's take a look at your animal spirit. We have the octopus. Interesting. So octopus is water. Crocodile, fish, octopus. Okay. Oh, I can't make this up. Wow. This is so telling. Like, the first things it says, reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. Look, and isn't that what we were saying with the truth, the seeker? And I said that earlier about lacking boundaries. Like, it's important for you to know how you feel so you can put solid boundaries up, right? The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Didn't I say that earlier? This may be really difficult to change for you too. This is intriguing. We have when in balance, interested, engaged, and intelligent. When out of balance, needy, clingy, lacks courage. To bring into balance, space to oneself, and talk therapy. Okay, so these are things that you can do to heal this, but that's what's been at play, that your higher self is trying to get towards, the message to you. And like I said, this is not something that is meant to be hurtful or harmful to you, because we can only learn through practice. But in order for us to ever get to a point where we're practicing it, we have to actually be put in situations where we can be to practice that, and those situations are what hurt us in the first place. So we have to consciously choose to show up in a different way. And that's what I'm feeling with the dice, that big change. It's like seeing something differently and showing up in a different way. There's like a download here that you're seeing differently. And so this is all built on that energy here. And this is what I see for you, pile number 2. If you felt like this was your message, I don't know if there's an octopus emoji down below. If there is, leave an octopus emoji down below. If there is not an octopus emoji down below, then leave the little water emoji, like the ocean or the little drops of water. And say, I choose to create solid boundaries, knowing that it's okay for me to say no, as it is a complete sentence. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me for you to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member. And I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I am going to go ahead and leave this here, but I do want to take a quick second to give a shout out to your higher self, to your angels, your spirit messengers, your guides, source, and my spirit guides for coming through to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful purple stone, and if you know what this is, just put the pile number and the name of this down below, because I'm not sure. You said once, and I totally forgot to write it down, but I would appreciate it if you help me out. But anyways, if you were drawn to this, I'm going to put that there. Or if you were drawn to this card during this shuffle, then this is going to be your reading on messages from your higher self about something right now. Now, when I was getting ready for your pile, I was getting the message of Sagittarius Venus, Scorpio Sun Moon Rising, or Leo Sun Moon Rising. That was coming through so strong, and I just have to start off with that before we get into it. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, and I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. For those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it. Also, if these messages should resonate, if you like, comment, and subscribe down below. It means so much to me, and it really does help with the algorithm as well. So let's hop to your messages and find out. Higher self of pile number 3. What messages do you have about something right now for them? What are the messages that you have for pile number 3 about right now? Higher self of pile number 3. The higher self of pile number 3, what messages do you have for them about something that's going on right now? And this could be anything, all right? So we do have the 8th house, Saturn and Sagittarius energies coming out. This has been something very difficult for you to let go of and to gain freedom. It feels like I keep seeing someone chained like this, but it's like a spiritual chain. It's like being stuck in a situation that feels exhausting and never ending, and like it's just not gonna pan out. Look, we've got Scorpio energy and Sagittarius energy, and I had that channel message 222 on the clock. Wow, synchronicity is already flying off. Yeah, it's just something to do here with having to have a lot of sacrifice. There's been a lot of tough love in regards to this area. It's been like feeling like you've set solid boundaries, but there's a lot of control issues going on, whether that's from you or from another person. You know, there's just a lot of situations that are rising right now that feels like you're lacking, and it feels like you're stuck, and it feels like there's a lot of tension in who has power over this situation. And it's strange because I feel like you're not trying to be in that energy. I feel like you're in this energy of like, I'm just trying to live, to let live, and to be, and there's another party here or another situation that's arising that's like trying to resist your rise to your internal power. And your higher self is telling you that this is part of your growing situation right now. This is a part of you letting go of the Saturn. Also could be part of your Chiron. And this is about you growing into this being of being able to discern situations at a moment's notice and say, look, I appreciate your interest, but that's just not for me. Okay. And not being crude about it, not being rude, not being abrasive, but truly just showing up from a very calm, centered state of peace and love, and just being like, I've been there, done that, and it's just not for me, and I appreciate the offer, and we're just going to move on, or I appreciate this opportunity, whatever it may be. And it's like there's something here though that feels like it's just so resistant to you finding your power. And again, this could be outward situation, right? It could be a situation, it could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a societal belief system that's at play here. And it just, there's a fear that's arising here, and you're subconsciously purging these emotions, and you're definitely getting to the root of it, but it doesn't make it feel any less disheartening and frustrating and annoying. because it's like you're digging so deep, but it's like this one situation stays constant in this very low vibrational energy. And it's like you're a very positive person by nature. In fact, I feel like the whole world could be crumbling around you and you're still the person that shows up with this beautiful smile and this happy-go-lucky energy. And it's like even when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you're still there for everyone. Like you're still showing up and giving love and support to others. And you're very optimistic and hopeful and very abundant by nature. You just have so much to give. And your higher self is showing you here. It's like we're going to be talking about whatever this situation is that feels like it's weighing on your shoulders. This could be a job. This could be a lifestyle. This could be a home that you're living in. This could be people that you're dealing with. Whatever it is, this is what we're going to be referring to and seeing also as well here with the Sagittarius energy in the center of this reading. We see that you are growing from this. You're gaining a lot of knowledge and wisdom from this, and overall substantial experience that is going to push you into mastery level as well. And it's actually, whatever this is that you're dealing with is actually pouring over into your purpose. It's not that they're keeping you from your purpose. It's just that it's giving you mastery level in your purpose. So whatever it is that you're meant to be doing in the world, whatever it is that you feel called to, this is like really helping you with that. It's helping you find a state of balance. It's helping you to deal with, so you may be having to, I keep hearing social worker, like that's something that keeps coming through really strongly, and this is a very specific message, but it's like maybe you're a social worker or you're going to be a social worker and you've had some really not good experiences with your own caretakers or with friends and their kids or with people that you've known and their kids and, you know, or friends and their parents, and it's like it's been a really difficult situation seeing this unfold, but it's something that at this time you don't have a say in, and it's just all you can do is sit back and watch it unfold. So it's something like that. But let's see what else would like to come through. Higher self of pile number 3. This could even be someone you're dealing with, someone who's very tricky, who wants to be seen by other people, who wants to have a status and have reputation with other people, and they don't like the fact that you see clearly who they are and that you're still doing better and you are capable of overcoming this. This is interesting. This is someone who gets caught up in the idea of what society has built. They really believe that the whole world is exactly as the whole world is showing it is, and not that there's something more. And so there's like this feeling that you're being ostracized because you see the world differently. And that's where the struggle for power comes from, because it's like, yeah, you're in a place right now where it's like you have to deal with this because there's not really many other options. Like the options are is to take care of yourself in this, is what it feels like, until you can find something that is more aligned with your journey. And your higher self is trying to bring you closer and closer to that, but it's also trying to help you draw away from this situation. Is this person, or I keep saying this person, so it could very well be a person, but it could be anything, right? Everybody's in different situations, and whatever this is, it's like it's really weighing on you because it's trying to force you to believe that you have to conform to what everybody else is. It's almost like, okay, the example that they're giving me is that they're trying to get outside forces to gang up against you. So it's like if you're building a business, this is what they're showing me. This is how they're showing me to give this example, is like you're building your own business and no one you know in your whole life has ever built their own business. And so all of your friends, all of your family, everyone that you've ever met along the way is telling you like, that's never going to work. That's never going to pan out. Like you're just putting too much undue stress on your family. And so it's like, then now you have family members who are going and getting their friends to say the same thing to you. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like whatever is at the core of this situation is going to even further outside situations and trying to like push that onto you, like you're wrong, you don't know what's going on here. And it's creating a huge imbalance within yourself, because it's like man, I'm the only person, or like even like spirituality, like I'm the only person who's spiritual, and it's like everybody's telling me no, I have to be Christian, or I have to be Catholic, or I have to be Muslim, or I have to be Mormon, or I have to be Islamic, or I have to be whatever their belief is. And it's like that just doesn't fit for me. Like I've tried it and it's just leaving me miserable, and like, you know, and it's leaving me unfulfilled. But it's like when I chose spirituality, then I felt like I was at home. And it's there's something here like that. And it's like everything outside is like pushing in. It's creating a lot of pressure around you. But what your higher self is trying to say here is that the greatest things on earth are created out of the most pressuring situations. It's like a diamond can only be formed under extreme pressure, right? And I know you hear that a lot. You've probably heard that so much, but it's something to keep in mind, that you're going to be created out of this extreme pressure. All right, let's see what else comes out here for you on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The future is yours. It's yours. When you choose to feel strong and confident in this situation, and that it doesn't matter what all these people are saying, it's like, just be you. Just show up as you. Like they're trying to force religion on you, then you talk about your spirituality. And if they're like, you're wrong. And it's like, just be yourself. And if they're like telling you you're wrong, be like, it's okay for you to think that way. It's not right for you. But that means that whatever you're talking about, that's right for you. And that's okay. It's not right for me. So we have to agree to disagree. But if you're going to keep bringing up religion, then know that I'm going to keep bringing up spirituality. Right? Or if you're going to keep bringing up that I have to have a 9-to-5 job, then just know that I'm going to talk about how much freedom I have with my business. I'm going to talk about all the things that you don't like if you're going to keep doing that. That's a boundary. And it sounds weird because it's like a lot of people don't want to set boundaries like that. But it is. It's not, I'm going to give an eye for an eye. It's just saying, like, if you don't like talking about what I like talking about, then we're going to start setting a boundary right here. It's going to end like this energy. It's interesting because the frequencies just shut down. They've been doing fine this whole time. And sometimes silence, and I feel like that's another thing that your higher self is saying too. Sometimes silence is okay. But don't be afraid to express yourself. Like that's the feeling I keep getting. It's like, don't be afraid to express yourself. And I also feel like that's why the frequencies went quiet, because it's just saying, it's like sometimes you're going to express yourself and others are not going to have anything to say to you. And that's okay. They don't need to have anything to say to you. Because as long as you're doing what matters, but again, it's that feeling of being chained to a situation, a circumstance, a belief that's giving way. And we have a lot of Sagittarius energy here too. We have Sagittarius and Pisces energy here. This is a sacral chakra energy that's coming out as well. So this is your right to feel how you feel about the situation. Let's see, look at this. You have the King of Swords in the reverse that's turning your fortune. It's almost like these individuals, or whatever this situation is, they don't realize that the more that they try to push you into becoming whoever they think you should be, the more they're giving you fuel to become exactly who you're meant to be, and that fortune is on your side. The world is your oyster. What do we have? The 7 of Swords in the reverse. Isn't this interesting? 6 and 7, and the 3 of Wands in the reverse. These are very manipulative individuals and the reason that they're so manipulative is because they get stuck in situations that never pan out for them. So it's like, if it's a job, right? And these people are telling you, no, you have to work a 9-to-5. Like that's the only way to make money, is you go and you get paid by the hour, and you can't ever make money on the internet. And you say, well, there are plenty of people working on the internet making money. And they're like, yeah, but those people are just lucky. And you're like, wait, so you're telling me that there's no amount of way that I can create an income on the internet because I'm not lucky? And it's like, well, no, that's not what I said. They just can't do it. Like they don't really have a valid reason. You see what I'm saying? It's like, internal conversations and arguing that it's just going around in a circle, and they do it to manipulate. They do it to confuse you. They do it to create instability within your mentality. And that's where the power struggle comes from, because they're seeing the fact that you are actually potential of great success in something that they could never do themselves. right? And it's not that they can't do it. It's just that they don't have the resources at their disposal like what you do. And they're also not capable of looking into those tools and resources right now to help them out. And so there's this fear here that's coming into play. And the situation right now is saying, like, just stay steady on your path, because you're creating a very fortunate future. You're creating a lot of abundance in your future as well. Things are turning in your favor. It's like maybe all these people were on top of the wheel at one time. But as we know, the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that what goes up must come down. And so they're very quickly coming into their fall. Okay. And part of that is retribution for how they've treated you in your own journey. And also part of that is just because of the way that they live their life. That's just how they think. It's how they manifest things. And so it's like, I don't personally believe that Source is up there waiting for someone to treat the chosen ones as a bad person or to be evil in their lives, and that Source is like giving them all kinds of hardships and saying like, well, that's what you get for treating my chosen this way. Because I believe personally that we're all chosen, and I believe that we all have a choice to make in becoming a chosen one. And the chosen ones that there are the ones who made the difficult decision to heal the things that no one else wanted to heal, and to face the parts of themselves that no one else wanted to face. And that's why we become the few and far in between. And the rest of everyone else has that same opportunity, but so many people get stuck in these patterns. And this is someone who has lived in this pattern for so much of their life. This is a job that runs based on this pattern. It's who I can step on to get ahead. This is a housing situation that's not fair, because it's always there's always about who can I step on to get ahead? Who can I step on to get to the top? And not realizing that the whole of the universe is constantly in this death and rebirth type of situation. And right now, maybe they were on the top, and maybe that's why you were feeling so low and feeling like you had to fight this situation. So maybe they seemed like they were on top, but because of all their internal struggle and getting stuck in situations that aren't panning out, it's like their time for being at the top is turning, and now you're coming up into the top. And we all go through that. We all go through ups and downs. That's just a part of the journey. But you're coming into a very fortunate time where it's like this situation, this person, this place, whatever this is, it's like basically opening mouth and inserting foot up to the thigh, because they don't know what they're talking about with you. They're trying to live vicariously through your life, and they can't do that. Your life is not their life to live. They get to choose what they want to do with their life, and that's it. And that's why I'm saying, like, they want you to set these solid boundaries and saying like, hey, if you're going to bring up whatever it is that you think I should be doing, I'm also going to talk about what it is that I'm doing, because that's my right. Wow, that was a lot that came out all of a sudden. Let's get some clarifiers here for you, pile 3. Six of Gabriel. Success. Congratulations. You've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, scholarships, and or promotions. All right. Raises. Success. This is also talking about, from the Tarot Marseille, we have an alliance coming in that's going to help you be successful. Right? I am not sure what's going on with the frequencies. I'm going to see if I can start over here. Did it pause itself? Do I not have internet? Oh, I don't think I have internet. Okay, well, we're just going to leave it then. All right, so yeah, success. Yeah, no connection. Isn't that interesting? I was fine this whole time, and now for you, it's no connection. So that's what they're saying. There's no connection between you and the situation. There's no ties. Like, maybe there's an imaginary tie where there's the illusory tie where it's like, I have to stay connected to this situation, this person, this place, but you don't. We have the Four of Swords here coming out with insights that come from a quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress, and the Four of Swords from the Tarot Marseille talks about peer pressure. Talks about peer pressure, and that's exactly what this feeling has been this whole time. So it's like these people have been trying to pressure you, or the situation has been trying to pressure you into being something that you're not meant to be. Then we have the King of Raphael, which is the King of Cups. We have warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passion. And seeing here that you are an emotionally mature individual. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't feel like you're someone who, you know, is mean or who is rude or ruthless or anything like that. I feel like you're a very kind, generous person. It's just the situation is feeling like it's got you chained down. But I also feel like your higher self is showing you that the chain is just an illusion. You're learning viable experiences and tools from this situation that will help you even further your journey. On the bottom, we have the Page of Gabriel, which is energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. Follow your passion. You're ready for any challenges, opportunities for excitement and adventure. A new opportunity is on the way, on the horizon, a gift. It may be small, but it has the potential to become something very, very large. And then beneath that, look, we have the 14, which is temperance energy with solutions. Archangel Zadkiel, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience. Forgiving and healing energy. Exactly. You're healing yourself. And forgiveness is something that will help even further you along. And I know forgiveness is not easy for everyone. Okay, no. And so it's just your higher self is trying to get you to a place where you're going to be ready to forgive this situation, to forgive yourself, to forgive the people involved. You know, it's just coming into this place of knowing it's time for me to let go. I don't need to be chained to this anymore. It doesn't need to be an anchor on my journey because it's already been such a massive anchor throughout this process. And now it's time for you to become that amazing individual that you were always destined to be. Oh, is that why? Is my computer shutting off? Did it not charge? No, it's just, I don't know what's going on over here. We have the house 3 on the bottom, early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. This is you healing from an old childhood wound. It's how you thought about yourself, about situations, the beliefs that you had, something that you learned from parents or from teachers growing up, that things had to be XYZ. You know, school is so necessary for us to learn, but school also does prepare us to work a 9-to-5 job. It's designed that way, right? And so this is about you letting go of that belief that that's something that you have to hold on to in the long run. So let's get some archetype energies out for you, pile 3, and find out what else is coming out here. On the bottom, we have the servant. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And the shadow is using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Yeah, so it's just saying, come back into this place of serving others. Come back into this place of your purpose, right? And let go of this idea of the lack or a lack mentality as an excuse not to move forward. But I do feel like this is highlighting the lack mentality within this situation, right? That's why they don't want to move forward, but they also don't want you to move forward, because when you come from an abundant mindset and they don't know how to do that, then what, right? What does that make them? That's not our problem. That's their business. We have the rose pink dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher faucets of cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Yeah, so source and your higher self are trying to bring you into this higher place of love. Really, really connecting you with this beautiful connection, this beautiful energy, this beautiful higher dimensional type energy to flow through you. Letting go of old patterns that are holding you back, right? When you come into this state of love and knowing that you're deserving of love and knowing that you're worthy of good things, then you bring yourself into a vibration of receptivity. On the bottom, we have Metatron and Estania with be sincere and fearless. There's no point in pretending or changing yourself for other people. I can't make this stuff up. Like, this energy is so real. It is so profound. Okay? And Metatron is the archangel of the archangels, right? Very powerful archangel coming in. Message that's coming through. Let's grab some of these. This is a new deck that I have. I don't know the name of it because the box is over there and I can't see it from here. So my apologies that I don't know what the name of it is. But yeah, we're going to use this. We have the Glittering Debut. says you will soon be center stage, capture the crowd's hearts, engage passionately, avoid passivity. Yeah, so you're about to be seen to be highlighted on your journey here again, and it comes from love, right? The more that you lovingly serve others, the better things will be for you. And it's like the more you move away from this energy. Whoa, okay. Suddenly they're starting. I don't know. Did you hear that? They started, they paused, they started, they paused. Okay. But the more you move towards this loving energy, the better things are going to work out for you. We have two-faced. Sometimes showing only part of ourselves to the world. Guard vulnerability wisely. And I feel like this is what I was feeling in the beginning, where it's like fearing talking about what you have or what you desire in life. And that's why the two-faced card is here. It's not that you're being two-faced, but it's literally just hiding a part of yourself because of what other people think or how other people feel. You don't have to make yourself small because it makes them uncomfortable. In fact, those are the times when you need to let yourself shine the brightest, because people who really force themselves onto others and say like, well, you have to believe the way I believe, or you have to do things the way that I do things, they're not being authentic either. And the more that you're authentic, the more you give people like that permission to find their authenticity as well. And we're not doing it for others, but that's just a truth that comes from allowing yourself to shine. And that's part of you letting go of the chain here. And we have digital escape. Dive into digital worlds where reality's rules bend and refresh your mind. Switch on and zone out. I do feel like this is reading a book. I don't know why that was coming through, but it came through really strongly. Like, it might be really important for you to start reading something that's fun, that's entertaining for you as a way to disconnect. You also might have resonated with one of the other piles. I'm not going to say which one, but if you were drawn to two piles in this reading and you feel called to it, you can absolutely check that out. It is never ever a requirement to watch more than one reading. But also, as always, if you've watched all three piles, leave a purple heart down below. I know what that means. It just means that you've watched all three piles and you can say I made it. So we do have Virgo energy. Yeah, being of service, integrity, reverence, and service. So you're meant to serve others, right? Like, that's something that's very, look, we've got servant, and under that we have God, and under that we have victim. So you being of service to the higher realms helps you to disconnect from these victim mindsets and these victimized people who put themselves in victim in victim mindset. So I don't know why I'm turning this one over, but we're going to go with it. Pioneers, pushing boundaries, leading the way to discover new solutions, thinking outside the box. Exactly. So they want you to think outside the box on this, to be of service to people. Walk through the doorway here. Okay. We have companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And the shadow is betrayal of misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. I feel like that's part of the shadow that you're fighting here, is that you've had situations where you've been put in a place where someone betrayed you, or someone was trying to use what you told them to their advantage. And now you're trying to find those loyalty and those soul companions on your life. And I felt like with the Six of Wands coming out, it is showing that you will be finding someone like that soon. Okay, and we also have Queen. The light is radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. And the shadow becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. That's what I felt from the beginning. There's like a sense of control coming through here. Again, it could be you, but I don't feel like it is. Okay, energy is fluid. Own yourself wherever you're at if that feels like you. But if it's not, I feels like there's someone here who is very controlling. And I feel like it's whatever this situation is, or whoever this is that we're talking about coming out. We have the black dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, and undergo a metamorphosis. Yeah, so it's time for you to come into this hermit mode to really reconnect with your dreams and your desires. We have Rose Moretta and abundance. With abundance and wealth are now flowing toward you. Prepare to be receptive at every level in order to receive all that awaits you. So you're becoming very abundant soon. There's a lot of abundance coming into your life, a lot of connecting with the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra. And then we have Saga, and I'm going to try and pronounce this. We have Shayla Sagafan. Okay. It says, drink from the holy water of wisdom, and from now on, follow the way of self-awareness. Be like water, flow freely and unhindered along your path. Yeah, stop being what people want you to be and be who you are. Okay? That's the only thing that matters. And we have the blue here connecting with your throat chakra. Don't allow others to dim your light because they're uncomfortable. That's their business, not your business. Let's take a look at your animal spirit card. I'm going to read this from the book. Yeah, we have the Scorpion. And it's interesting because I was getting that energy from the beginning is the Scorpio energy. And so I feel like that's very telling here. Incredibly telling. Okay, so we're going to do crocodile. We need fire. Fire. There we go. Scorpion. Passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation. Yeah, so definitely something about going into hermit mode right now so that you can rebalance your energy. It says a Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heart festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. When in balance is wild and free and fierce. When out of balance, we've jealous, resentful, and unresolved. To bring into balance, you have to have honesty and forgiveness. So forgiveness has come out twice for you on this reading. And again, I know forgiveness is very difficult for so many people. But remember, forgiveness is not saying that whatever that person did or whatever that situation was okay. Forgiveness is saying there's nothing that I can do to go back and change the circumstances as they were, but I choose now to free myself from a burdening situation. Okay, and so forgiveness is about self. It's not about the other person. And when we remember that, it helps bring us into a space where we can freely let ourselves forgive and forgive others that were involved, knowing that we get to choose to set ourselves free. Okay, and I know that sometimes that's difficult, but you're not saying what was happening is okay. You're just saying, I'm letting it go because I deserve to move on from this. And you do. And you really do, pile 3. Okay, I'm sorry that this is what you're going through, but your higher self really had this clear message come through. And if you felt like this was your message, is there a little Scorpion emoji down below? If there's not, then leave the Scorpio symbol, which is, if you're not sure which one it is, you could just type Scorpio in the keyboard and it should come up, but it is that symbol right there. Just so you know, it's a little M with the tail on it. Leave that symbol below and say, I know forgiveness is about letting go of the burdens that hold me back, and I choose to be my free and wild self. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you're to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box. In order to do so, you can email me for personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I am going to go ahead and leave this here, but I do want to give a shout out to your higher self, to your angels, to your guides, to your spirit messengers, to source, to my spirit guides for coming together to give us this deeply, deeply felt message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.